Hello everyone and welcome back to more When the Night Comes. Yes, we are finally back for more of this game. Yes, because in the last episode we just wrapped things up with Ezra's route as an individual romantic interest. So we did his route, we went through all of his answers and choices as well too, and also I threw in a whole bunch of random choices that we missed out on and I didn't do for Ezra and Finn's route as the poly kind of romantic interest group. So anyways, yes, so we finished off on that, and I didn't, unfortunately I did not unlock some of the missing CGs for Ezra, still missing a couple, but anyways, regardless, we are going to move on forward, and we're going to be doing Finn's route, like I promised. We're gonna romance Finn as an individual person now, so I'm gonna catch you guys up on the part where I guess we choose Finn as our main romantic interest, because I feel like after doing Ezra's route, I've basically done everything, all the choices from the beginnings of the game. So I've seen the what's it called, the choices that we didn't make going into the game starting out, and then going into Ezra's route that way. But since I don't know that, I'm pretty sure this is gonna be a really quick one, so I'm gonna do that. Probably gonna fast forward you guys to the point where yes, we do in fact romance Finn, and that also includes some of the answers. Just as a forewarning, that some of the answers that I've done for Finn Ezra's route may be also the same for Finn, because I was trying to gain points for the both of them. So I will leave the other choices for Finn's route after we're done going through it, because I want to get flirt points with him rather than seeing all the answers that we didn't do, because otherwise we can what's it called, we can't do his route kind of in a way. I might do some of the more romantic things, like when we either choose to kiss or not kiss him, or go ahead and do the sexy or not the sexy, depends either way. But anyways, let's start. I'm gonna start a new game just so we can have a fresh clean slate, and yeah, I'll catch you guys up. Okay, maybe I haven't gone through all of Ezra's choices when we were doing his route. Anyways, I stopped here because we're in the middle of talking after we met with, I think, Finn in the graveyard, and I flirted with him, saying that I needed his help, kind of thing, to find out what happened with the latest victim, hunter who was killed by the monster. And we saw, of course, a little bit of James's last dying thoughts before he was killed. And we were like, that's really weird of us, because we haven't really, that's never really happened to us, and we're just kind of going around talking and interviewing people in a way. And here we are, we're back with Ezra in the tavern, and we're just discussing about hunter life, and then we get into the topic of this whole seeing sixth sense ghost shit. So before, we can either take his hand, and that's a flirt option for Ezra, and then the other option was basically asking, what does this mean? So that's the non-flirting option. So I realized I didn't do this option, so I didn't do the flirt option, obviously. So I asked him, what does this all mean? So Ezra, what does this mean? Is such a thing even possible, or am I going mad? Am I seeing dead people? Yes, you are. He drums his fingers on the table, seemingly lost for words. Yes, it's possible, but usually only for those with psionic abilities. Or at least I think I haven't done this. I don't know. Sometimes the game kind of tricks me, as you can kind of see, previously when I went through Ezra's route, it's it didn't skip on stuff that I probably already read. People have spoken to the dead before, but for a hunter to directly communicate with a spirit is unheard of. As far as I know, anyway. Okay. So he withdraws his hand, clearly racking his brain for an answer, one that he's not going to find sat in this tavern, I suspect. So are you okay, though? Do you feel weird? I touch my fingers to my temple. Yes, very. It's almost as if he's still in there in a way. I'm sorry you had to endure that. It must have been scary. I feel my cheeks heating thinking about Finn being there to catch me when I came around. Yes, he did. I'm grateful for Finn tonight, yes. Ezra quirks a brow at me, a smile playing on his lips. You are, hmm? Yes, stop. I huff a laugh, rolling my eyes. It's silly, but I dread to think what would have happened if he wasn't there. Ezra sips his wine, still smiling at me over the rim of his glass, his cheeks a little pink too. You don't need to be embarrassed. We're all grateful for Finn, yes. He's a great guy, okay? He's a very great guy. Okay. So what now? Okay, now we can skip on ahead. I've been skipping all this time, and then now I've just stopped at this random moment. So let's continue on, and I'll catch you guys up. Okay, again, I don't know if I've done this choice or not, but we've skipped way ahead. We've done the Lunar Festival place thing, the event, which I swear I did everybody's route when that came out, but I don't know. I was going through it, and some of the texts were like, it was really familiar, but at the same time, I feel like the only reason why it's not letting me skip is because of this game being constantly updated, like throughout the entire time that the chapters were released. You know, excuse me, the creators basically kind of updated a few, like, you know, scripts and stuff like that, and changed up the dialogue a little bit, but like either way, they still get the gist of it. It's still like relatively the same. I swear I've done it. If you guys watch my like Lunar Festival episode, like I swear I went through everybody's because I was determined to see, you know, what was gonna happen. Anyway, so we're here after the fight, after the whole forest. We found another victim in the forest thing after the Lunar Festival. We are heading home now, and we run across Finn, and of course we got a little flirty with Finn, duh. So we what's it called, so he was asking me what was the topic of discussion. Okay, so yeah, so he walks us home, but then I forgot. One of the options was to basically, we can say we need to talk, which is the flirtier option, and then the other one was the I need a drink, and the other one was something else. But I obviously did the flirtier option. And here we finished just like, what do you feel, kind of thing. And okay, so now tell me, Hunter, what does this tricky little gut of yours tell you about all this about us? Okay, so what do you feel? And I guess that's what prompted. And then the one line of dialogue that I kind of like accidentally clicked was this one. So I find myself getting lost in molten eyes, watching him watch me, a witty response turning to ash upon my tongue. Yes, I'm hyper aware of how close we are, caught by the memory of his hand in mine at the beach, of our lips hovering so close that I could feel his cool breath against my skin. Okay, so I feel like there's a little bit more callback to previous events, because I don't think I've read that. So he remains silent, and I clear my throat. That, or like, I don't know. So the festival, yes. He smiles softly, the fingers of his prosthetic twitching by his side. I was expecting some brilliant insight into your investigation, but I'm more than happy to discuss our date. Yes, let's talk. Let's talk. I huff an incredulous laugh, the noise catching in my throat thanks to his bold statement. A date, was it? He feigns offense, clutching his chest where I know his heart does not beat. My smile widens at the ridiculousness of the gesture. Hana, I can't believe you would dismiss our evening together as anything other than a date. Stop. Especially after you seduced me so beautifully. Oh, I seduced you, did I? His fangs graze his bottom lip, and my toes curl in my boots at the thought of what they're capable of. A stark reminder that he's still a creature, and I'm very much a human that kills such things. I seduced you, did I? If I recall correctly, Finnegan, you were the one who took my hand, who leaned in, and nearly kissed me, you know. His answering laugh is enchanting, his nose crinkling, pearly white fangs glistening. It takes two to tango, as they say. I'm just teasing, though. I do not take offense if you didn't see it as such. Aw, what a gentleman. I had a good time regardless. What a gentleman! Oh my god, we need more Finns in this world. This time I really do elbow him, catching him square in the ribs. He's polite enough to let out a quiet oof, but I know he's truly unaffected. My elbow, on the other hand, ouch. I was rather upset our night together ended so abruptly, though. Yes, I am too. A lopsided grin, eye contact happening and holding. But duty calls, right? Yes, exactly. And I should probably be doing many things other than talking to a strange vampire in the snow at this early hour. Yes, like sleeping. Yes, I agree. And yet here you stay. Yes, I sigh, joining him and leaning against the wall, my breath turning to mist against the cold air. Here I stay. I wish I knew what it was about him that draws me in besides the obvious. But by all accounts, I should be overly cautious around such a creature, but Finn makes me feel more at ease than I thought possible. And I need that tonight more than ever. I want to get to know him, to understand why my heart pounds so feverishly whenever he's near. I should head inside, yes. My words sound dull, and I know I don't mean them. I'm looking for a reason to stay right here, anchored in this spot. You sound positively enthused, yes. I shrug, sparing the old door of the tavern at a glance. The sheets are scratchy, I'm just psyching myself up. That's fair. After a very brief pause, he quickly steals his gaze. He reaches out and runs a cool iron finger along the curve of my cheekbone, the etchings lighting up in the darkness. You're quite lovely, you know. Stop! No! You can't just do that to me. You can't pull that on me. I cannot resist the impulse to tip my head in blatant invitation the way wolves show submission, baring the column of my throat to a man who could rip it out in the blink of an eye. His cool digits stop over the place where my pulse storms furiously, and I no longer care that he can hear, that he knows what he's doing to me. He smells strangely like a dying summer, though. I suspect his memories of sunshine are long dead. Sweet dreams, fair hunter. I daren't keep you from your rest much longer. My traitorous body shivers under his touch, and I mourn the loss of it. When he finally pulls away, he quickly stuffs his hands back into his coat pockets as if the temptation would be too much if he didn't. I take a deep breath and try to gather my wits. I can't seem to find it in me to mind. He smiles at that, and I sense reluctance as he pushes away from the wall, ready to depart. Alas, you have a town to save. Plus, the night is still very young for a creature like myself. I sigh, staying closer than is probably necessary, craving contact of any kind as I watch his grin grow wider still. Right, I really should head inside though, I suppose. Yeah, pleasure as always. Okay, there we go. So off we go. Thank you for this wonderful, lovely night. And remember, we've got your back. Should we find anything of interest overnight, I'll come running. Daylight permitting, of course. Yes. I don't want you to burn yourself and, like, start catching fire just because, you know, you feel the need to tell me something important. Like, you know, just take care of yourself. Okay, we gotta skip on ahead, and we'll see where that takes us. Okay, so apparently the game has stopped me here. I'm going to take it, take it with a grain of salt and hope that it's not just simply like a few updated and changed lines and that we've already done this kind of dialogue. But anyways, we basically have instigated the whole plan to go to the dungeons. We're just relaying the entire thing to all of our little party members here. So we've just got back from Finn and telling him and asking him for his help in breaking into the dungeon. And also we talked a little bit about Fiyero and about Fiyero's abilities and Finn's sire, I swear. We talked about Levi as well too. Anyways, regardless, we are now on our way. We're back in the tavern, as you guys can see, and we have encountered Alker now. What's he up to? What is he up to? So Alker grins suddenly, eyes gleaming and brow cocked. Or maybe the vampire got you, huh? Oh, the vampire. Oh, yes. Haha, yes. Oh, so yes. So he was like, took you long enough. Was wondering if the bad shit got to you. Okay. So yes, I'm assuming yes. We still haven't touched base with Alker in terms of like letting him know about the dungeon plan. So this is what he's commenting on. So yeah, so maybe the vampire got you, huh? So do you need something? Oh, do you need something? Yes, actually. Okay, so no, he's just making that sort of comment, but we are going to talk to him about his incident with the hunter and how that hunter who like quote unquote arrested him or had him arrested, what's it called? Azazel is his name? Yeah, he was the one who Alker accidentally kind of like roughhoused a little too much, but he ended up disappearing anyways, even after Alker was released and he got branded. Yes, so let's go and skip on that, and that's where the monster attacks us and we're supposed to run off to somebody. We could choose who, and then this time of course we're gonna choose Finn. There we go, this is our choice here. We can I should probably save just in case, because yeah, I mean, again, up to this point I've basically done all the choices that lead up to the beginnings of the game, so I mean, there's no need for me to go back. But anyways, regardless, we're gonna do this just in case. So we're gonna go to where Finn. He's all the way at the top. So there you go. As though my body already knows where I need to go, where I want to go, my feet carry me towards the catacombs. I don't look back, but I do hear the rustle of trees and the creature's maddened aura fading. It's heading back into the woods. The town is safe for now. Yes, Finn. Though I'm sure he's aware it's me, he still seems surprised when he opens the door and finds me in the dull light of the corridor. Yes, Hana, are you okay? No, I'm not. His wide-eyed gaze brushes over me, and I can see him registering that something isn't right. He gently curls his fingers around my wrist to urge me inside when I don't respond, the door closing with a loud thud behind me. Strangely, I'm shaking, and I can't quite place why. What is it? Who hurt you? Look at him getting so protective. I'm really fearful of creatures, but this one shook me to my core. Something off, too familiar. Yes, I saw it. Golden eyes meet mine, and the startling warmth they exude calms me in an instant. Breathe, I've got you. Ah, now tell me, what did you see? I shiver as my adrenaline fades, and in an absent-minded gesture, he rubs his hands over my arms to try and warm me. The creature, I think I saw it. I couldn't move, like it had paralyzed me. There was something that didn't feel right, like I knew it, like we were connected. His brows furrow, and he takes a careful step closer as I reach for his arms, holding onto him as if he might anchor me, make this all feel real. I was drawn here, something magnetic pulling me towards him in a time of confusion. I've barely known him a week, but there is something about Finn that makes me feel safe, strong, wanted. We should go out there, see if we can find it. Finn, that's a little I can practically see the cogs turning in his mind, and as he moves to leave, I tighten my grip. I don't think so. That's scary. It's scary out there. I need him to stay. I want him to stay. I want him. Finn, in the warm light of his room, Finn's face has taken on an otherworldly quality. The way the golden shadows dance across his sharpened features makes me wonder how many people he's lured to their end. I wouldn't blame them either. Even I'm drawn to him like a moth to a bright flame, and there's truly no mistaking that he's not human. Deadly. And yet, I am intrigued. Another step closer, my heart a hammer in my chest, and we're so close that I can feel his cool breath against my overheated skin. Hana, yes. Oh, yes, we go kiss. Kiss! The unsaid longing, the desire that I feel when I'm near him, something I've tried to quietly snuff out using the formalities of my position as an excuse. A creature, something I'm supposed to hunt, but he's the one whose presence has made me feel truly like I belong here. I comfort in all of this darkness and uncertainty. I'd mark myself a fool if I ignored such feelings at a time like this. Everything could end tomorrow, and I'd never know. Yes. YOLO. YOLO. I tilt my chin in invitation, my chest heaving, and surely my grip would be bruising if he were human. He curls, I can't read. He curls a cold fingertip at my cheek, brushing softly, a ghost of a touch. I know he's not reading my mind, but his next words are everything I long to hear. Can I kiss you? Yes. 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 Oh my God, yes. Of course. Of course. Knowing me, yes. Yes. That's all it takes for Finn to press his cool lips against my willing mouth. He places a hand upon my hip and draws me closer, and draws me close. His first kiss is quick, but it still lingers when he pulls away, eyes desperately searching my face. I exhale sharply, a beat passing between us, then I kiss him with fervor, my tongue finding his between carefully parted teeth. Eventually, I need to pull away to catch my breath, overwhelmed by how right this feels, and the look that crosses Finn's face tells me he's forgotten that humans require such thing. Yeah, I need to breathe too, Finn. I'm sorry. I don't mean to, tear away as if, I don't want to kiss you no more, I changed my mind, but no. He smiles when he realizes, giving me a moment and placing a kiss against my jaw, trailing it back towards my mouth. I hold him close, pushing my hand over his spine, raking my nails along soft, dark fabric. I can feel his muscles shift and relax beneath my touch. Then a shared smile, and Finn kisses me hard, feeling the urgency that thrums between us, kick-starting something within me that makes my breath hitch. A low growl, a rumble in his chest, and it's a revealing noise, the kind that seems alarming at first, but that gives way to an approving, throaty groan. Oh my God, Finn, stop! What the hell? He carefully walks me backwards until I hit the door, and with an unexpected complacency, I find myself following his lead, sinking back against the wood. You have a thing with walls and doors, don't you? He chuckles low and deep. It sounds a little like a purr. I cannot resist reaching out to drag a hand down the pale plane of his exposed chest, and Finn is clearly drinking in the way my fingers feel upon his skin, reveling in the attention. We pause, forehead pressed to forehead, and the fathomless gold of his eyes burns into my own. My breathing is ragged, clawing free from the embers of my chest, and I smile. He sucks in a sharp breath, smiling in return, looking at me like I hung the moon. The words that roll off his lips are raw and honest, laid bare before me, and wash away whatever hesitation I may have felt before this moment. You're like a madness, one I'd happily succumb to. Wow, you're such a smooth guy, Finn. Jesus. This mission has been nothing but one mystery after another, but this he reveals gently and passionately. We reluctantly part, and Finn steps back, putting some distance between us. though our fingers are still lazily entwined to the feel of him cooling my overheated skin. Well, oh yes! CG. Oh my god! CG, damn! He smiles almost shyly, turning and breaking our contact as he takes a seat upon his bed. So this changes things, I suppose. Yes, it does. I clear my throat, unable to wipe the smile off my face, my lips cool, his kiss lingering. You could say that. He looks up at me, and I find myself caught by how beautiful he is. Everything will work out. It will? He feigns contemplation, golden eyes flicking to the side, then back to my face. It will. You're smart and strong, and I consider myself lucky to be able to help you, to know you. Oh my god. There's been so much uncertainty, but of him, I am beyond certain, grounded, stronger. And know me you do. Yes, yes. And I hope we get to know more. It's just the beginning. He laughs, biting his bottom lip. He said, why am I stumbling so much? Oh my god. His support makes me feel unstoppable, as does everyone else's. No longer am I alone in this. I have a family. Yes, everything is going to be okay. It's all going to be great. Oh my god, if I just fucking learn how to fucking read. Anyways, we're gonna go to chapter 5. We're gonna skip a little, and then we will see where that takes us. Because now I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a little bit significantly more different because, you know, Finn's involved. Finn's involved now, and we are now a thing. But let's go. Okay, so the first thing is up in order was the very next day. So strangely I wake with a smile upon my face. So despite meeting the thing that's been wreaking havoc on this town, and despite the fact that it rendered me useless, I'm happy. 'Cause I'm happy! So it feels wrong, but I cannot ignore the way my chest aches when I think of Finn. Oh, Finn, and when I think about kissing him. I laugh to myself, feeling so much lighter somehow. Though I can't shake the feeling of that thing staring me down, sizing me up. Okay, there we go. So it's a few, again, extra changed lines now that we've gone on to like a different sort of route, and also of course the updates. But anyways, that's the gist. Let's go. So what's happening here? What's going on? I have no idea. So the game stopped me again, and some extra added dialogue. So we are here in Ezra's shop with August. We've talked about their childhood hometown and where they grew up and whatnot in their relationship with each other, I guess. I don't know. Either way, we haven't gone to the dungeons yet, have we? No, we haven't. Yes, we haven't gone to the dungeons yet. So we're just talking again. I don't know. As I was saying, I can definitely ensure that he knows our connection is very strong, especially mine with his prosthetic. Oh, okay, we're discussing Finn, of course. We're discussing Finn. So we were saying the plan was as Piper and I will head into catacombs to meet Finn, and I assume that he'll be able to tell us when the wards are down. Yes, because, you know, he has his magical arm that Ezra is connected to, because he's the one who, like, gave him the prosthetic. So yes, August is like, yes, strong. And Ezra's just like, Gus, please, Hana's right there. Yes, our involvement with Finn and our dynamics has changed. So yes, August tilts their head, quite obviously confused with Ezra's statement. Sorry, I don't see what that has to do with me making a comment about your dangerous liaisons with certain creatures of the night. So Ezra clears his throat and offers me a sorry gaze before he addresses August again. It's nothing, don't worry. Because, yeah, Ezra is pretty much aware, probably, with our relationship with Finn now. As much as I appreciate Ezra not outing my newfound liaisons, oh my god, with Finn, I can never say that word right off the bat. I can't help but wonder exactly how he knows already. Regardless, I gather that August doesn't approve of such relationships, so maybe it's best to keep that particular sliver of information to myself for now, right? I'm dating a vampire. Anyways, yes, back to the plan. Okay, so why are we here then? Why am I here? We're here with Finn, obviously, before I did the history thing, as you guys can tell. So with a deep sigh, I lean against the cold jagged. Oh, is this we meeting Finn, and then we need to meet with Piper, and then we all head to the not the catacombs, to the dungeon, the little pathway through the catacombs to lead to the dungeons. Okay, and that's where we're meeting Finn. So Finn appears before me out of thin air. Good evening. Yes. Okay. Yes. So I assume yes. So I can't stop the smile that blossoms when I look into those golden eyes. Finn, how's my favorite hunter? Did you miss me? Yes! He crowds close, but he keeps his hands in his pockets. Maybe just a little. Let's get some flirt on. Here. He shrugs, smirking. I'll take it. His gaze flickers to the side, then back to me. It would appear that Merriman is late? Yes, so I shake my head, taking a step closer to him. I'm early, actually. There's that smirk again, and he removes his hands from his coat, flexing his fingers. Any particular reasons? I don't know, maybe we can make out a little bit before we get the show rolling. I want to roll my eyes, but I find myself infuriatingly fixated on him. I'm just fond of being on time, that's all. A quiet, contemplative hum, and he seems unconvinced. So, why don't you read my mind? I did want to see you, I suppose. Being on time is important, Finn. Okay. What should I say here? This is completely different. This is new, obviously. So let's see. Let's say, let's get coy. Let's just be coy a little. So I did want to see you, I suppose. I mean, I tried to maintain as much composure as possible. I suppose I might have wanted to see you, just a little. Yes, so I suppose. Well, that's good enough for me. So I'm glad, though. Yes, he reaches up to curl his fingers under my chin, making sure I'm looking at him, as if I could be doing anything else with him this close, right? You know, I couldn't stop thinking of you after you left last night. Oh, I've been waiting for the sun to set with a little more enthusiasm than usual. Finn pauses, and with a sorry groan and a roll of his eyes, he carefully withdraws his touch. Oh, that's Piper. Before I can ask him what's wrong, I hear a wicked cackle echoing in the tunnels. Aha, well, what do we have here? Piper emerges from the shadows, a self-satisfied grin on her face. Has no one told you not to eat the new hunter, Kazimir? We need her, you know. He offers me a sorry gaze before turning to Piper with a playful grin. Come on, Piper, you know I'd only eat her if she asked nicely. And now it's her turn to roll her eyes, and the noise she makes is one of barely disguised disgust. Save it, I caught you red-handed. Now, we've got important shit to do, if you're quite finished. Yes, Piper looks at me and I deduce that she's most definitely fucking with us and couldn't actually care less. Let's move on. Yes, so our one final glance and Finn moves to fall into step behind us. Okay, off we go. So Piper snickers, elbowing me as I walk by her side, Finn trailing quietly behind us. What? You sly fox. Vampires get you hot then, huh? Shut up, Piper. Shut up. Can you really blame me for not hitting that? Like, you know, don't tell me you don't want to tap that too. Come on. Biting was never my thing, unfortunately. Whatever gets your juices flowing, though. Okay, thanks, Piper. Thanks for the support. With a waggle of her eyebrows, she lets out another laugh loud enough that surely the whole population of the catacombs can hear it. Yeah, she's like, if you want the juice, you go get the juice. Or I should say, you know, give him the juice. I hear Finn groan and I can't help but smile at her in return. You're funny. You're so funny, Piper. Anyways, off we go, into the dungeons. Okay, we're gonna break into the dungeon, we're gonna do the thing, and then we're gonna get out of the thing. Okay, we're gonna skip. Aw, okay, so before we do that, actually, before we head into past the doorway where it will lead into the dungeons, so adrenaline courses through my veins at the thought of what may lie ahead, and I take a step forward to head into the shadows. So before I get too far, I feel a cold hand gently gripping my wrist. He looks to Piper, his gaze pleading. Aw. Piper rolls her eyes. Aw, she's like, yes, I will look after her. Yes, fine, quickly though. We don't have time for anything overly romantic, you big dead idiot. Okay, okay. So he's just like, I wanna, you know, send me off properly. She disappears, but I know that she's not gone too far. Charming, isn't she? Yes, terribly so. He brings my hand to his lips, pressing a kiss to my knuckles. Oh my god, I know you can't handle yourself, but come back to me quickly, okay? Yes, of course. I smile, trying not to get lost in him, to remember the mission. I will, I swear it. He releases my hand, our fingertips brushing as I step away. I'll signal from the forest exit if you need to leave. Stay alert. Okay. See you on the other side. Okay. No worries. You too, babe. I glance over my shoulder as I move to join Piper, but Finn is already gone. Wow, so fast. Okay, here we go. Now we're going to the dungeon. Now we're going to skip. Okay, so we skipped out on the dungeon thing. We've escaped, grabbed some documents along the way, and we met Finn, of course, at the forest. So my clan are scattered around the forest. If you see the creature, don't engage. Yeah, so not after what happened to Hana. Yes, not after what happened to me. Piper nods, her face grim. Later. Okay, yeah, so off she goes. And yes, we're gonna skip out on this because we're done with this. Or not. A little bit, of course, we're gonna linger because we are involved with him. So Finn's smile is bright, and I sense mischief is afoot. If the way he's looking at me is any indicator, what are you thinking? I could kiss you. Is this really the time? But I'm not opposed to it. I'm not opposed. He pulls me into a tight embrace, lifting me with a startling ease, spinning me once, twice. I slide down his broad form as he carefully releases me, my feet finding solid ground. I let my palms rest against his chest, getting lost in the way his eyes shine. He's happy, and in turn, so am I. You could. Why don't you? He opens his mouth to speak, but his expression quickly shifts. You need to go, now they're close. Yeah, exactly. I was like, boy, is this really the time? Like, what has spurred this on? Like, I'm really happy that, Oh, okay. He's happy. He's super happy, and he did that because we told him the good news that Fiyero is alive. Yes, he got overwhelmed with emotion. He's like, "Oh my god, I could kiss you," kind of thing. So cute. Anyways, okay, off we go then. Off we go. Okay, so Ezra and Finn we are here back in Ezra's shop, and they are basically just kind of arguing about where their stance is with this whole shady business with the enforcers. Finn says they need to keep their distance. Ezra's like, "Why? Don't do that. Like you've done this before, and it didn't help you." So I see black flicker in the whites of his eyes. The first time his poised facade has wavered around me, a glimpse of the creature that lingers within him. I go to him, laying my hand upon his. It works, calming whatever threatens to surface. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Ezra looks away, giving us a moments of privacy. Yeah. He turns his hand in mine, our fingers brushing before he withdraws his touch. It's okay, we'll get him back. Yes. Oh yes, for the whole Fiyero thing, we need to bust him out. Ezra returns his attention to us, a concerned friend. All Finn can do is avert his gaze almost defiantly. It doesn't go unnoticed by me. There we go, okay. There's some tension tonight. Yes, okay, skip on that. And here we are. We're gonna do this. We're gonna remain with just Finn. It doesn't have to be that way. There we go. This is what we're here for. This is exactly what we're here for. So you seem to care about one another a great deal. I hope I've helped even a little. Yes. So Ezra bites his lips, fiddling with his sleeve. I'm used to having so much company, being surrounded by those that I love, so going from that to whatever this is, I do care about both of you. He looks at me, his fingers twitching at his side. I can't bear the thought of you paying dire consequences of being seen with me, but the thought of stepping back and letting it happen sickens me more. My fondness for you grows immeasurably, Hana. Thank you for helping me see. Aw, Ezra looks at me, something flickering behind his pretty green eyes, curiosity maybe. You've become close, haven't you? Oh, yes, yeah. Finn smiles at me, nodding. Yes, Ezra smiles at him, and the vampire huffs a quiet laugh. Then something wicked flickers across his features, the mood shifting, becoming a little playful. I'm so glad. It's about time he found someone to put him back in his place. Yes, I'm an idiot, I know. You didn't need to read my mind for that one, did you? And just like that, everything seems a little lighter. Finn smiles at me, bright and beautiful, as he wraps his arms around my shoulder, pulling me flush against his side and pressing a kiss to my temple. Don't let him convince you it's easy to put me in my place now, will you? Okay, I slap my palm upon his chest, enjoying the shocked little oof it draws from him. If you say so. Yes, unknowingly and embarrassingly, I feel yawn brewing, unable to stifle it. Okay, so we get sleepy, and this is where instead of Ezra and Finn and Ezra walking us back to the wolf, I'm pretty sure it's just gonna be Finn this time. So yeah. So we're tired, so just a little, so come, I'll walk you home, yes. I lean my weight against his side a little more, and he squeezes my arm. Sounds good to me. So Ezra groans, his brow furrowed as he looks at us. What is it? What? You're very cute together. It's a little distracting. I wish you could become part of this too. In the best possible way, of course. Ezra, please. Sorry, it's true though. You look good together. Aww. Now get out of my shop so I can collapse in my bed. Yes. Good night, both. Yes. Good night, Ezra. Thanks for everything today. The honor was mine. The horror. I can't read. The honor was mine. Jesus. Ready? Yes. I look at him, feeling warm. Ready. Okay. Off we go. So the wolf comes to a startling halt as Finn and I enter, all eyes on us. Yes, he chuckles beside me, his arm slung around my shoulder as he ushers me towards the bar. I suspect he has a hankering for his preferred poison by the way his golden eyes light up at the sight of the whiskey bottles lined up along the back of the bar. Fancying a drink, are you? Why are you offering? Well, the second I see his grin, I realize how that might have come across. He laughs when he sees the recognition flash across my face, and I stutter to respond. Can't go saying things like that to a man like me, my dear. Yes, drinks can mean both things. Let's just go upstairs. You need rest. Deserve rest. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Yes, please. I take the hand that he offers, ignoring the pointed stares that Edna and every other patron throws us as he guides me towards the staircase. Okay, up we go. So Finn closes the door behind him, smiling at me as I lean against the wall. I watch as he politely takes in his surroundings, eyes flicking around the sparsely decorated room. This is cute, I guess. I huff an incredulous laugh, knowing he's joking but not quite having the energy to react. Oh yes, very lavish. Yes, he hums, tilting his head this way and that. Then he wanders over to my bed, running his fingers over the sheets, giving the mattress an inquisitive push. Oh no, this won't do at all. Yes, then he sits on it, bouncing up and down, clearly unimpressed with the distinct lack of working bed springs. It creaks loudly, very loudly, and he snorts rather uncouthly. No secrets to be kept in here, my fair hunter. Shut up! Obviously, we're gonna head back to your place, so we're about to do that. I groan, pushing away from the wall and dragging myself to join him. The second I hit the mattress, he pulls me backwards and we land with a quiet thud, staring up at the ceiling. I curl up against him, feeling his cool skin through his many layers of clothing, and somehow it comforts me. Thank you for bringing me home. The pleasure is mine. It was a selfish act of chivalry anyway. I pull myself upward and Finn follows. I turn to face him, registering his soft, earnest smile. Selfish? Right. Finn turns his palm upward, wiggling his fingers. I take the hint, eagerly lacing my fingers with his. He squeezes me tightly once. Yes, because it means I got just a little bit of extra time with you, doesn't it? Oh, yes. Aw, well, I'm glad that you're so chivalrous then. I'll be sure to keep it up. His smile fades, replaced by another kind of expression entirely, something that sends a chill rolling down my spine, every single one of my nerve endings on fire. Ooh, I should get some rest. Kiss him. Oh, well, duh. I'm gonna kiss him. I'm gonna kiss him. Yes, do it. Do it. I see my opening and I take it, feeling emboldened by the way he looks at me. I should rest, but one for the road? Yes. One of those dark brows raises, and his smile is truly a thing of sin, something that sends my heart swiftly to its knees. As if you ever need to ask, I've thought of nothing but kissing you since last night. Oh, he shifts closer, if such a thing is possible. Our bodies already seemed so tight. Our bodies already seemed so tightly. He cuffs my jaw with an iron palm, the etchings flickering brightly upon contact. It feels good to see, to know that I can coax such a response from him. Yes. He reacts. His dark lashes flutter closed, and he presses his cool lips to my warm ones. Tongue finds tongue, and he tastes like peppermint, like coming up for fresh air. I smile when his thumb brushes over my flushed cheeks, and Finn pulls away with a wicked grin far too soon. I could get used to this, yes. I bite my bottom lip, unconsciously chasing his tongue as he drops his hand from my face. His touch. I thought we were still making out. Oh my god, why am I so thirsty for this man? So yes, I bite my bottom lip, unconsciously chasing his touch as he drops his hand from my face. So I think I've already gotten used to it. Good. Yes, so he reluctantly stands, and I mourn the closeness immediately, though he still holds my hand, bringing it to his lips and pressing a kiss to my knuckles, his eyes not leaving mine. Good night, fair hunter. If I could dream, they'd surely be consumed by thoughts of you. See, he's such a man of words. He's such a smooth talker. Like, stop. Then he turns, quick and alert, his hands balled into fists at his side as he sniffs the air. I smell blood. Yes, it's Aurora. Yes, hello. His stance is defensive and my senses are flung into overdrive as the door to my room slams open. There stands a bloodied and beaten Aurora, a disheveled shell of the calm and collected woman I met just over a week ago. I quickly move to stand by Finn's side. His teeth are bared, but he stands firm beside me, reaching out as if he means to grab me if required. Ice blue eyes flick between him and I, and Aurora leans against the doorframe, leaving a bloody handprint upon the wood. Finn looks to me, waiting for a signal and order, trusting my instincts. Aurora, what are you doing here? With a deep, ragged breath, Hunterly, I think I may require your assistance. Yes, I've encountered the monster. Anyways, let's see. What am I for time? Okay, so let's go a little bit more. I know it's just, again, very, like... What's it called? We're gonna skip through this because it's the same. Okay, so I looked to Finn, who is apparently dutifully waiting for me to break the ice. Yes, I was gonna say we can go a little bit more just because I know we got a lot more to cut out this time, and then we can see the differences here, which is gonna be quite major because it's, you know, it's gonna branch off that way. So who did this to you? Aurora's posture is visibly off kilter, legs shaking as she slides her hand down the doorframe. She's covered in blood, but the only injuries I can see are a few scratches on her forearm. It's too much to just be her own from a quick once-over, yes. So the moment Aurora's stance stutters, Finn is at her side in a flash, catching her before she crumbles to the ground. His nostrils are flared, and he looks at me with dark eyes. We can't keep her here. If anyone calls the enforcers, you won't look too good tending to a bleeding cultist. Though she's in no position to be snarky, Aurora still manages to smirk at Finn's comment. Working against your precious puppet masters, are we? Yes. And all tucked away in your quarters is a big, mean vampire of all things. You might be more interesting than I initially thought, Hunterly. Watch your tongue, Woodwitch. Aurora. She takes a deep breath, pointedly ignoring the snarl that Finn has fixed upon his face. I encountered a little trouble on my evening walk. Yes, so Finn snorts, a noise that doesn't quite sound right coming from him. Do you have a cold? I know. Please, do continue. So I ignore the little exchange, guessing that Finn knows a lot more about her than I care to find out. He helps her over to the bed, letting her fall onto the mattress. When you say trouble... A creature, the one that's been giving you hunters some actual work to do. Yes. So Finn lets out a pained groan, running his iron hand over his face before stepping close to me. He takes me by the arm and leans in to press his lips to my ear. What? You really should take her elsewhere. I guarantee Willenheim will want to hear what horrible little things she's been up to. I take one look at her. She's bloodied and disheveled, with undoubtedly quite a story to tell, and I decide that Finn is definitely correct. Trust me, yes, we will take that advice. Look, the last time I encountered it, it was receptive to my visit, but this time not so much, as you can see. I was just trying to help it. Wait, the last time, yes. So she shrugs, uncaring, as if it's the most obvious thing in the world that she's been comfortable around the thing that's been murdering my colleagues. Necrozet, what's the wedding? When's the wedding? I nudge him with my elbow, trying very hard not to laugh. He notices, and that makes him far too smug. God damn it, Finn! Look, stop that. I came here for assistance, not a show. You've always been weak for humans, Kazimir. This little union doesn't surprise me in the slightest. Oh, shut up. Ignore her, put her in her place. We can put her in her place, so... I'm going to do that. Aurora is a little too familiar for my liking, especially after revealing what she just has. The gravity of the situation doesn't touch her, and her callousness irks me. You know, I should arrest you for being in contempt with the agency. Consider your words before you next speak. She bristles, but she seems strangely impressed with my authoritative tone. Yes, very well. So Finn looks at me, his eyes dark, if not a little curious, as Aurora steadies herself and heads for the door. He leans in, his voice low. Nice work, General. I playfully swat him away, and his answering laugh has Aurora glaring daggers at us. Having him around doesn't do much for my professionalism, apparently. No. Wait, how are we going to get her past the tavern full of people? Finn crinkles his nose at her, sniffing the air. She's very bloody, isn't she? Not exactly subtle. Then he grins, and something tells me he's got it covered. Leave it to me. Okay, I gently take hold of Aurora's arm, assuming she's not a flight risk, but taking precautions regardless. So see you later. I'll be counting down the second center. Aww. So sweet. So sweet. Anyways, we're gonna skip out on this because again we've taken her to August, and we're going to talk about what she saw to August, so yes. Okay, so we've basically done half of our rounds in which we went and talked to people about their opinions and their feelings about, you know, what's been going on and what's happening with the enforcers and some all the shady business that they're starting to notice now, and we just recently left Alcur after our talk with him and his like incident with that hunter that got him branded, and how all of it was for nothing because he did nothing wrong in the end, and it's just a ruse to like get Azazel to be arrested to be experimented on, basically. And now here we are. We are in the catacombs, heading our way to see Finn, and we of course come across Raven. So with a suggestive waggle of her brows, or other stuff, the kind of stuff that involves lips and hands and limbs, all these other body parts. Yes, she's just commenting us on why we're here. Hey, I'm just fucking with you. I wholeheartedly approve of this union. He's happier since he came to town. The comment is interesting, but even more so is the floor. Raven snorts uncouthly and nudges me in the side. Can't be too coy about it, not when you've picked him to, Anyway, I have work to do, vampires to see. Yeah, I hope that emphasis on work is a sufficient reminder, despite that my future company will be pleasant to have. She snorts again, and it's quickly becoming a familiar sound. He works too much, all of you do. So yes, so off she goes, and we're gonna go to Finn's. So yes, afternoon. Hello, Finn, my dear. He reaches for me, taking my hand and pressing a kiss to my knuckles before tugging me inside. The door closes softly behind me with a click. I heard Raven lurking. She didn't bother you, did she? Nothing I can't handle. I shake my head as he laces our fingers together, his other hand coming to rest upon my waist. She was fine, if not a little strange. He tilts his head this way and that, feigning tossing around a deep thought in his mind before grinning. Get used to that. Strange is her specialty. So yes, we need to discuss Fiero, and then we need to discuss what Piper and we found down there. Okay, but let's skip out on that important business talk and get more into other more interesting businesses, if you know what I mean. Okay, there we go. So we talked out on Fiero's abilities, and we talked out on the rumors of hunters and how they were created. So I look at him, and even through all of this doubt and uncertainty, I feel safe. He reaches for me again, and I go willingly, winding my arms around his neck, smiling when he leans in to run his cold nose along my jaw. We're unstoppable, remember? I shiver against him, and he holds me that little bit tighter, strong arms encircling my waist. I remember. Kiss him, I should go, well, done, I'm gonna kiss him. You all know what it is, because, yes, kiss him. You're amazing, Hana. Whatever that thing is, it has a world of pain coming its way. So I run a hand through his hair, letting the soft obsidian strands twine about my fingers. He hums, his eyes fluttering closed. Then he kisses me. Yes, the cool press of his lips against my own is the only assurance I'll ever need. The feel of his body so strong against mine that all I ever wanted. All I'll ever want. So he gently walks me backwards until I'm crowded against the door, and I smile against his lips as his hands begin to wander. The door again? I'm against the door again. He pulls back to look at me with a sharp inhale, eyes dark, lips parted. If you have somewhere to be, I suggest you leave now, before I can't find the strength to tear myself away. As much as I'd love to forget my duties, he steps away, straightening his clothing with a sly smile when I fail to respond. Go. I've been around long enough. It's not like I'm going anywhere. Okay, yes. Yes. Good, great, yes. I gather my wits, my heart once again slowing to its resting pace. Yes, I need to go see Ezra about our demon friends. Finn reaches out to adjust my rumpled shirt, serving me with a satisfied nod. A perfect way to spend your day, I'm sure. He opens the door for me, leaning against the frame as I step out into the cold hallway. Stay safe, Hana. I'll be thinking of you as always. Same. Hashtag same. Okay, off we go. We talked to Ezra about the whole portal thing and how Omen came to this world, yada yada yada, and how we need to seal it back up again. Okay, so we've come to Piper to discuss to catch her up basically on what's been happening, and we talked a little bit about how our encounter with Aurora that night, and then of course she has to comment. Once we commented how we were talking to Finn in the clan about Fiero and getting out, catching her up on what the clan plans to do and busting out Fiero out of the dungeon. So Finn was wondering if you'd mind assisting them. So then Piper comments, taken quite a shining to Lord Kazimir, haven't you? I opened my mouth to respond, thinking better of it when her smile widens. He's a good guy, I'm happy for you. Aw, thanks. And yes, I'll help, of course I will, yes. Anything to stick it to those arsehole enforcers. Yes, okay, cool. So we can do this, I'm just gonna mention it, because I've done both choices either way, I'm gonna skip out on this, okay? Okay, there we go. So we are here before preparing to fight the monster because the monster showed up right after Ezra and August sealed whatever remains of the portal left. And after August left us because we're like, you know, you should go back to town, make sure Piper's okay. And then they're like, are you sure? And then of course we're like, yes, because we're not alone. And then of course Finn walks out of the forest. And yes, so we're gonna do that. I'm gonna maybe skip out on the fight? I have no idea. Okay, maybe we'll do the fight because again, it's Finn this time and not Ezra and Finn. You know, there's a difference, I guess. So I thought you might like to go on a date. Don't have anything better to do you? Oh, I don't know. Maybe killing a monster, going monster hunting. You want to join in on that? I roll my eyes at him, but the smile I cannot stifle says it all. Truly a beautiful evening for a romantic show, wouldn't you say? This thing doesn't stand a chance. It's not against you and I. Yes, we are. We are power couple. I love that. I love that for us. Yes. Okay, so save over. No. No, this is yeah. We can save over this. So, yes. So kiss him. Yes. He eagerly grabs my hand, reeling me close and catching me with a fierce kiss. I push my fingers into his hair, tugging, smiling against his lips when he lets out an appreciative little purr. It's quick, but that's all I needed. A boost. His affection giving me more strength than I could ever dream. Still holding me close, he smiles. Let's go kick this creature back to whatever hell it dared to crawl from. Yes, I like your attitude. So it doesn't take us long to find the creature's obvious path of destruction. Yes, so blood and ichor. Yes, so we see the path. Yes, so I close my eyes, but Finn snaps me from my concentration when he steps in front of me. What? Wait, I need to... Oh. If this gets bad, I might change. Right. I would hope you'd never have to see me like that. I know I'm already, well, a monster. No, you're not. I just hope you don't think any less of me when you see what I really am. No. You're no monster. Hello, you're no monster. For him to think I could ever be repulsed by him is madness. I've seen many creatures in my time, many horrors, but Finn could never be one of them. I could never see him as anything less than the man I've come to feel for. What a cop-out, but it's okay, we'll get to that later. I take his face in my hands, stroking my thumbs over the knife edge of his cheekbones, and I smile. You're not a monster to me. Yes, never. He laughs, and when he next speaks, his voice is whiskey smooth and addictive. Silly of me to think you could ever be fazed by anything, I suppose. Yes, I've seen worse. He presses a kiss to each of my palms before I withdraw my touch. All I see when I look at you is someone who I care about, I pause, the words feeling heavy upon my tongue. Before I can continue, there's a sorrowful groan that echoes from deep within the forest. Yes, it lumbers into the clearing, too close to the town for comfort, too alert and entirely focused on me. Only me. Finn grabs my arm, pressing his lips to my ear. I'll keep its attention. You attack. Don't let it thrall you. Yes. It straightens up, taller than I remember, but still no taller than me. What if it thralls you? He's like, nah. Finn smiles, clenching his fists. Yes. I watch him transform before me, shifting into something not human. Clearly not, but still, it's okay. The once gentle gold of his eyes is swallowed by a fathomless black dark fissures appearing on the surface of his milky skin. Oh my god. His prosthetic glows so brightly that I'm blinded, and when I regain my focus, it too has changed, shifted just like its master. Yes, we've seen this before. A weapon. When he next speaks, his voice is different, deeper, every syllable shaking. It can try. Go. Yes. I propel myself forward, unafraid, kicking up dirt. So yes, so I punch it. Yes, we're gonna skip on that. So Finn and I fall into an easy routine as if we've been doing this together forever. He keeps me alert, keeps it distracted, and I lay into it with every ounce of unbidden power that surges through my body. So we violently clash, nothing but a flurry of frenzied movements and strikes. I swing hard at the beast, erring to stick to my typical strategy of attack. Yeah, so we fight in the similar way. We notice how like it fights in a similar way to us because it's like, whoa. So Finn is fast, more quick and nimble than anything I've ever seen, but even he is thrown to the ground beside me. He skids to a stop as he hits the trunk of a tree, already splintered by the creature's hand. It's stronger than we anticipated, but more than that, despite its haggard appearance, it fights like I do, yes. We're like, what in the hell? And then Finn pulls himself to his feet with a growl, teeth bared and eyes wild. Yes, so we're like, what in the world is going on? So Finn calls to me, parrying its heavy attacks with relative ease, giving it as good as it gets, but still struggling. I find myself frozen, my breathing heavy, but everything had been laid out before me. Yes, we're like, holy shit. It pushes Finn aside with a startling display of strength like a mere afterthought, and it heads to me, eyes transfixed. And we're like, uh-oh. Yes, cannot move, cannot think, and the only coherent thought I have is if I'm going to die, all I can hope is Finn makes it out. Yes, he smacks me across the face. So I hear a growl, something primal, something not human, and I see Finn gnashing his teeth, ready to descend. He looks otherworldly, blinding, every inch of his body screaming power, as if he's commanding that the very element everything around us illuminates, as bright as the moon that hangs high in the sky above us, brighter. The display distracts us, just as I am, like a moth to a deadly flame, and the creature turns to face Finn with a sorrowful groan. In that moment, there's clarity in me, my body finally recalling every ounce of training I've had throughout my life. The instinct to survive saturating every nerve. I reach for my weapon, despite the numbness in my fingers. I feel stronger, movements more certain, and I see Finn take a hit to the chest, a strike with everything I have. I strike with everything I have. So yes, we stab the hell out of this shit. Yes. And we kill it! We kill it! It's done. I look for Finn in the aftermath, and I watch as he forces himself to his feet, blood running from his nose and toward the hollow of his throat. He swipes at his face with a clawed hand, licking the blood clean. His eyes remain fixed upon his blackened palm as he sucks the red from his fangs with a swipe of his tongue. That's when I feel it, warm and wet, running down my ribs. Blood. I am bleeding too! Do you wanna, lick this? Inappropriate timing. I almost don't feel the pain through my feverish adrenaline, but when Finn turns and fixes me with wild eyes, I quickly take stock of my injuries. Ooh, yes, his teeth are bared in something other than that familiar handsome grin, and for the very first time, my instincts tell me not to trust him, to fear him. But it's still Finn. It's still the man that I've come to adore. I slowly press my hand over the worst wound, the one at my side. I feel the initial rush of blood, slippery against my palm as I apply pressure. Finn's nostrils flare. Finn, it's okay, it's over. His gaze meets my own, and it's not the warm, gentle gold I'm used to, but something fathomless and dark. He takes a step towards me, and my body is screaming at me to protect myself, to fight. He flexes his fingers, his movement stuttering, and then he stops. Hana, yes. I nod slowly, taking a tentative step forward. He doesn't react, but his posture remains tense. Yes, it's me. He closes his eyes tight, his hands balled into fists at his side. Go. You should go. No! His words are pained, a struggle, and suddenly the anger and uncertainty I feel from him is replaced with an overwhelming sadness. He doesn't want to hurt me. He's scared he's going to hurt me. I can't possibly leave him like this. Right? Go to him. Go to him! I'm gonna go to him! Go to my baby! Oh my god, I can't just leave you like this. Go to him. Slowly I take another step towards him. I might be stubborn, but Finn has been there for me from the beginning. He wouldn't leave me, and I know it. As I draw nearer, he tenses further, turning his face away from me like he's ashamed. Finn, please, let me help. Tell me what to do. He shakes his head. I don't want to hurt you. I'd never forgive myself. I know it in my heart that he won't, that he will not. Another step and I take stock of his own injuries, of the claw marks that cuts through his chest. It's angry, deep, and apparently not healing as quickly as it should. You're hurt, yes. He scoffs an incredulous noise, his eyes still squeezed shut. Says you. Let's just say we're both hurt. Let's just be, like twinning, I think how overwhelming the smell of my blood must be to him, for it still seeps through my fingertips, dizziness taking hold. I reach out with a hand that isn't stained crimson, and I cup it to his face, feeling the familiar cold. He leans into it, a quiet, ragged purr, rumbling deep in his chest as he slowly opens his eyes. The darkness is gone, the fissures of black that had trailed his cheeks too, and now all I see is gold. Bright, beautiful Finn. I smile, letting out a quiet laugh, a sound of disbelief when I realize that we did it. We need to get you to Ezra now. Why don't we just celebrate a little more? We did it, Finn. It's dead. It's over. Hana? Yes. What? Hana, yes. Oh, there I go. We did it, Finn. Okay. No. Stay with me. No. Then I black out. Everything goes black. Yes. Okay. Yes. So I have no idea how much I'm going to have to edit and skip through this, but I feel like if I go any further from this point on, it's gonna be an extra super long chapter, and I don't want that to happen like I did last time with Ezra, what happened with Ezra, because I overestimated it. So I'm gonna stop here. I'm going to definitely, we can skip on ahead to the part where we wake up, I guess, in Finn's bed. Yes, so I'm gonna leave it here where we wake up. I start out awake, but I'm quickly calmed by cool hands upon my face, a soothing touch that eases me back into the waking world. Yes, we are in Finn's bed. So Finn's eyes are wide and bright in the dull candlelight, and I've never been more grateful to see him. Kiss him! Oh, yay! We have that option to kiss him. Of course, we're gonna kiss him. Jesus. Okay, we're gonna save here. As I was saying before I get too carried away, we are going to leave it here, you guys, because again, if I continue on any further, I feel like everything is gonna change so significantly that it's gonna drag on to a really long episode, and that way I have to do awkward cuts like what happened last time, and I don't want that to happen. So if it's a little bit on the shorter side, I do apologize, but I'm just trying to make it so that it won't drag on too long. That's the thing. It's okay for it to be on the short side, but it goes on too long, then it just gets weird. Anyway, so yes, tune in next time. We're going to finish off on Finn's route, and of course we're going to, in turn with that, we are going to do the rest of his other choices. So we can be, for example here, we can either kiss or embrace him. That's a new choice. So we're going to do both, of course, after I finish going through his route one time. And then maybe I don't know, should I do the whole bad ending that I was telling you guys before? How we can fully empathize or sympathize with Harry, and in that way we can actually completely 100% go along with his plans. And we never seen that before because we always denied him or condemned him, and it always either gives us the option of throwing him in jail or giving him a trial, but then he ends up in jail anyway. So I want to see what would happen if we fully agree with him. And I hate to do it to Finn's route because he's such a sweetheart, but we need to see if it's science. So that may happen in the next episode as well too. So tune in next time. Hope you look forward to that, and thank you guys for watching. But for now, bye.